Early life and background. Jim Baxter was born on September 29, 1939, in Dundee, Scotland, a city with a rich footballing history. Raised in the working-class district of Menzies-Hill, Baxter grew up in an environment where football was not just a passion, but a way of life. From a young age, he exhibited a talent for the game, and it was clear that he was destined for a career in football. His natural ability on the ball set him apart from many of his peers, and his love for the sport became evident as he spent much of his time playing in the local parks and pitches. Baxter's footballing journey began in earnest when he joined Dundee United's youth system. Despite his exceptional talent, Baxter did not make an immediate impact with the first team at Dundee United. Instead, his breakthrough came when he moved to Rangers in 1960, which would shape the course of his career and reputation. By then, Baxter had developed the skill, vision, and flair that would become his trademark, but it was his time at Rangers that truly brought him to the forefront of Scottish football. Rangers. The beginning of a legendary career. Baxter's move to Rangers was the catalyst for the rest of his career. Signed by Scotland's most successful club, he made his debut in 1960 and quickly established himself as a key player. A creative attacking midfielder, Baxter's vision, dribbling, and playmaking ability made him stand out in a team that had already been successful in Scotland. His style of play, often referred to as elegant or magical, made him a fan favorite and a central figure in the Rangers lineup. Baxter's first season with Rangers was impressive, and he soon became known as one of the most talented players in Scottish football. He was instrumental in helping Rangers win numerous Scottish League titles and Scottish Cups, consistently playing at a high level. His ball control, dribbling, and passing were all exceptional, but it was his ability to dictate the tempo of the game that truly made him stand out. During his early years at Rangers, Baxter formed a partnership with some of the club's most legendary players, including Jimmy Miller, John Greig, and Ralph Brand. The combination of their attacking prowess and Baxter's creativity in midfield helped Rangers dominate Scottish football. The team won 4 Scottish League titles during Baxter's time with the club, as well as several Scottish Cups. It was clear that he was not just an exceptional player but also one who could elevate the performance of those around him. The iconic Scottish national team career. Though Baxter's club career at Rangers was undoubtedly impressive, it was his international career with the Scottish national team that helped cement his legacy as one of Scotland's greatest ever players. Baxter's debut for Scotland came in 1961, and he would go on to earn 34 caps for his country. Though Scotland never won a major international tournament during Baxter's career, his performances for the national team were widely admired. Baxter's most famous international appearance came in the 1967 British Home Championship against England. In a match that would go down in history, Baxter led his team to a 3-2 victory over England at Wembley. His performance that day was nothing short of magical, as he dictated the game from midfield and played a central role in Scotland's win. His skill and vision were on full display, and many consider this performance to be one of the greatest individual displays in the history of Scottish football. In addition to his famous Wembley performance, Baxter also represented Scotland in the 1966 World Cup qualifiers and the 1968 European Championships. Although Scotland did not qualify for those tournaments, Baxter's international career was defined by his consistency and his ability to produce moments of brilliance in big games. The highs and lows of Baxter's Rangers career. Baxter's time at Rangers saw him at the peak of his powers, but his career was not without its struggles. One of the most notable low points came during the 1960s, when Baxter's performances began to be affected by his off-field behavior. Known for his love of the nightlife, Baxter's discipline and focus on football were sometimes questioned. His penchant for drinking and indulging in the high life led to periods of inconsistency in his performances, and this ultimately resulted in him falling out of favor with some members of the Rangers management. Despite these off-field struggles, Baxter's ability and talent remained undiminished. His performances for Rangers continued to earn him the adulation of fans, and he remained a key figure in the team's success. However, as the years passed, his time at Rangers began to come to an end. In 1965, after a turbulent period at the club, Baxter left Rangers for a new challenge, moved to Sunderland and final years. In 1965, Baxter made the bold decision to leave Rangers and move south of the border to England, signing for Sunderland. While his time at Sunderland was less successful than his time at Rangers, Baxter's ability and experience continued to shine through. Unfortunately, his time at the club was marred by injury and a lack of consistency, and his stay was relatively short-lived. In the years following his departure from Sunderland, Baxter returned to Scotland to play for Partick Thistle, a club with which he enjoyed a more low-key period of his career. Though his performances continued to be a reflection of his immense talent, the best years of his playing career were behind him. Legacy and impact. Jim Baxter's career, though filled with moments of brilliance, was also marked by a series of controversies and challenges. Despite these setbacks, he is remembered as one of Scotland's greatest ever footballers. His legacy is not just defined by the 4 Scottish League titles and Scottish Cups he won with Rangers, nor the memories of his performances for Scotland. Baxter's legacy is defined by his extraordinary natural talent, his ability to change a game with a single touch of the ball, and his status as an icon of Scottish football. Today, Jim Baxter is remembered fondly by fans of Rangers, Scotland, and football in general. His performances for Scotland and Rangers continue to be a source of pride for many, and his place in Scottish football history is secure. Baxter was not just a talented player. He was a footballer who brought flair, creativity, and artistry to the game at a time when Scotland was developing its own distinctive footballing identity. Conclusion. Jim Baxter's career was not without its challenges, but his undeniable talent and love for the game ensured that he would be remembered as one of the greatest footballers Scotland has ever produced. With his elegant style of play, his skill on the ball, and his ability to produce moments of magic on the field, Baxter became an icon in the Scottish footballing world. His performances at both the club and international levels are still celebrated today, and he remains a beloved figure in Scottish football. For those who had the privilege of watching him play, Jim Baxter was not just a footballer, he was a true wizard of the pitch.